Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. It's been a while. It's been a while. Apologies, people. Apologies. Life is tough at times. Welcome to LRFC. Please, before we start, hit that subscription button, notification button, a like button, and all that good stuff. We know what game it is tomorrow. We know. But Aston Villa could go top tonight. You know what I mean? Against Sheffield United. Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I'm looking forward to our game against Arsenal. But there's lots of things to talk about, about Klopp, talk about the fans who are not, cheering on the team and all that stuff. We're going to obviously start with a press conference. We need to talk about that. The Super League has resurfaced itself. It's come back on the scene, and this time they come with more power than ever and all that stuff. But obviously, we're going to start with the press conference. We talk about the Premier League. We look at the fixtures as well as we go along. Now, I want to do the tactics and starting lineup at the end of the video as well. Lots of things, people. Lots of things. I'm looking forward to it. But let's start with obviously the press conference of Jurgen Klopp. I want to hear what he's saying. You know what I mean? Is he criticizing the fans again? I found it pretty strange. You know what I mean? With criticism of the fans not cheering on the team and all that stuff. It's kind of weird for me because we try our best, people. We try our best, but I'll elaborate more onto that as we go along. Obviously,
okay, you cannot exactly do.
Let's start with the press conference. I think it's about 15 minutes long. It's not long, so let's enjoy it together. We pick out the bits we got to talk about, and then we move on to the rest of the things as the stream goes on. Sorry, it froze there. So let's go, people. Let's go. I hope everybody's doing well. Please put your stuff in the chat as well, and I'll read it out. And let's go, people. Let's go. Oh, thanks for the subscribe. People on the channel as well. The views are going up again, and I really like when I see things like that. That means like I'm interacting.
Obviously, the club has released a statement today regarding the prospect of a European Super League and confirmed its stance that it wouldn't be involved. Are you in agreement with that, or should clubs at least be allowed to explore the possibility of joining this new format that has been proposed?
I agree 100% with that statement. But I like the verdict anyway. Just like it that we finally get a little bit of understanding that FIFA and UEFA and other FAs or whatever cannot just do what they want. Creating new, because we have to talk about in the future in football, we have to talk about a lot of stuff, and if they're just doing these things they do, like putting in competitions with more games and nobody has a real say in it, and like what's going on there, I like that they get a bit of a shake. Okay, you cannot exactly do what you want, but no, Super League, same opinion like I had before.
Obviously, after the game in midweek, you raised the issue of the atmosphere at Anfield. Do you expect a response at the weekend? And what is the solution long term to ensure that week after week after week you are getting top-notch atmosphere?
No, it's not. Maybe I have to.
Let me stop it there. He talked about obviously the European Super League. Florentino Perez, hopefully I said his name right. I'm not very good with names, as I always say. Has come back stronger than ever, and he's basically saying that we went to the courts, we won our battle in the courts, and we want to come back onto having the Super League. If you guys don't know who's Florentino Perez, he's the president of Real Madrid, as they call it. They get different terms in that league. They don't have like they have owners, but they don't have chairmans like we have over here. It's difficult. It's difficult to say. They have presidents like elections. You come in, you go out, and things like that. That's what they have in Spain, especially with Real Madrid and Barcelona. That's all I know about that. I don't know beyond that or below that or anything like that. So what he said, like they went to the courts, obviously, of sports, and they've won obviously their case for teams to free themselves up if they want to join the Super League. So if they reach out to the likes of Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, whoever it is, they can join the Super League without anyone trying to stop them. Let me say something about Real Madrid and Barcelona and teams like that, and Juventus, who are supportive of this as well. Their leagues ain't as big as the Premier League. The Premier League has taken it, like a life of its own. We've got the best league in the world, we've got the best fans in the world, we've got the best of everything. And what upsets them is the limelight is not shared with them anymore. Like, they used to be the number one, leagues in world football. If you guys don't know, you need to watch back. When Messi and Ronaldo was there, La Liga was the best league. When in the 90s, Serie A, when all the best players were going there, they were the best league. They want that back some way, somehow. They want to reach, that heights again, and they are willing to do it by any means necessary. That's what they're trying to do, these people. But the Premier League obviously don't want to be part of that, and I'm hoping all the clubs don't want to be part of that, because when these clubs were in their heights, did they think about the Premier League? No. They made sure we was in the slumps and we were struggling to try to reach to them as well. So this is what's making them upset. The riches, the Super League is the Premier League. We've got everything that we want. We've got the rich people. We've got the best football. We're the champions of Europe currently. We're consistently doing that as well. So it upsets the likes of the Madrids and the Barcelona and Juventus of this world. And they want to have something like to do with be part of the cake, have a slice of the cake, and we shouldn't really cater to that, in my opinion, anyway. Because when we were struggling, where were they? Now they're struggling. They are willing to rip apart our Premier League to satisfy their needs. They're saying the Premier League can still be there, but we want to have a Super League that we could all compete in and all this stuff. No, that's gonna destroy football in any way. So you got to stop things like that before it gets out of hand. It's for their own selfish reasons. They want you to have that Super League. Think about it that way, people. Don't ever think like it's for the good of football. It's not for the good of football. It's for the good of their greed. Like what I always say, greed is good. That's what they want, as long as they're in charge of it. So say that the Super League happens. Who's going to be in charge of it? Real Madrid. Why? Why can't we all be in charge of it? Why does it have to be Real Madrid? Because they want to be that top team that everybody admires for the rest of their, lives in existence. And I don't agree with that. I like our Premier League. I like what we do. I like the way we go on about things. But the Premier League slightly has got to change, because the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer. So corruption does happen in the Premier League as well. But the Premier League has got to, reevaluate itself. What did you come here first of all for? That you said it's going to be a fair playing field. It was never a fair playing field, because it's 32 years now later, and the same teams are winning the league on a consistent basis. Why aren't we getting shocks on a regular basis like Leicester? Things like that. Why aren't we getting things like that? Why does it have to be the rich stays up there and the poor, disappears? Why does it have to be like that? That's what I don't understand about the Premier League, because they fed us all this fair playing field, but it's never been the fair playing field. It's been dominance after dominance after dominance by teams, like winning 3 or 4 years in a row, having a rest and coming back 3 or 4 years later. That's the Premier League. That's what we watch every single time, and it shouldn't be like that. So like I said, the Premier League needs to reevaluate itself. They need to restructure somehow that the riches don't get away with, cheating throughout the league and not following the rules. If they don't follow the rules, relegation straight away. That's what I think. Or forget about this 14, or is it 10 points deductions on all that stuff. What's that going to do for anyone? Look at Everton. They already made up the 10 points. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I'm not for, obviously, the Super League, because I think it's going to ruin the football. It's going to be like a show business. You don't want it to be Hollywood, do you, people? You don't want to go down that route where all the limelights and all this stuff, and the richest is the rich and the poor is the poor, and the richest always win, the poor is always going to lose. We shouldn't be going down that route. Like I said, Premier League just need to restart, reevaluate what you have to do, and just make the Premier League more competitive. If the Premier League is more competitive, it'd be more interest in the Premier League as well. But yeah, Super League, it's not for me, people. I'm sorry, it sounds good, but you got to think about the long term. It's going to be the same teams always going to win it on a regular basis. That's what's going to happen, man. Let's get back to the press conference.
I can tell our people exactly. It's not I don't order atmospheres or whatever. It's just we had 2 home games in a row, and these 2 home games we had 62 finishes. I think that's pretty special, I would say. That's what.
Sorry, I had to stop that. Jurgen Klopp is talking about the fans and saying that the fans, they don't make noises at Anfield anymore. I've said it on Twitter. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, my Fuzzy 79, obviously, profile. I said it. I go to games. I was a regular goer, but it stopped because these owners that we have, they only chase after money. So what happens at Anfield is right now, the fans in the stadium, don't get me wrong, they do support Liverpool. I'm not here to trash anyone, but they're tourists. They reach out to the tourism. So they buy the merchandise, they buy everything around, the club. And then when they come to the stands, it's a day out for them. That's what it is. So they spend about over 1,000 or something like that on the day. That's what they reach out to. They don't reach out to the regular goers. They don't reach out to the people that's going to be there singing songs. So what happens in the stands when you give these day goers a chance of, like sitting in the stands? There's so many of them. It's not just one person. There's so many of them, over 1,000 probably, something like that. So the main stand is where they are, majority of them. So the main stand is the issue at the moment. That's what Klopp said, the stand behind me. So if one or two people sing in the main stand, which I scarce sometimes when I see it, the rest don't follow. So about 3 or 4 people are singing the songs, and the rest are just sitting there because they don't understand the song. So if you don't understand the song, how are you going to sing the song? How are you going to start cheering the team on in that way? So this is what happens. This is where the quiet side of Anfield comes from. I'm not criticizing anyone. Everybody has the right to support their club, but this is why Anfield is quiet sometimes. When it's that day, it's not going to be going as loud as like usual because they reach out more to the tourist fans, and unfortunately that's why the atmosphere is pretty down. But I'm sure in the next game we're going to do better. I don't know what he's talking about, give your tickets away on this stuff. It's not the people's fault, mate. It's your owner's fault. They're not reaching out to the locals. They're not reaching out to people that want to go on a regular basis in-house. You know what I mean? So if they reach out to people in-house, maybe the atmosphere at Anfield will be better. If you know what I mean. So I'm not here to criticize anyone. Everyone, listen, I'm a foreigner myself. I'm a foreigner. Obviously, I'm from England, but I'm always going to be a foreigner. You know what I mean? So I'm not here to criticize anyone. I know the songs. I know some songs. I know a lot of songs. I don't know a lot of songs. That's how it is. But that's what Anfield is all about. When you go down there, you got to blend in with the people that's singing. The noise and everything. It's like a celebration every game you play. You have to put your part in the game, people. That's what it's all about at Anfield. If you're not part of the party, this is what's going to happen. He's going to call people out like that, and it shouldn't really be like that. You know what I mean? I'm streaming over in Instagram for the first time as well. So please, come to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. I've never done anything on Instagram before. It's the first time ever. We're trying to generate some fans on here, get as much as possible in here as well. So please do that for me. Lewis Smith says, how can we beat Arsenal? I think they are very strong. They are very strong, but we could find a way to beat them. It's Anfield. The players have to, on the pitch, play as one, attack as one, defend as one. If we do something like that, I think we'll do better in the game. And not only that, everybody has an influence in the game. That's what I want to see in this game, Lewis. I don't want to see like 2 players dominating the game and the rest of them, just sit aside. I don't want to see things like that. I want everyone, to have their part in the game as well. But please get the comments forward because I'm going to keep going with the press conference. Then I'm going to read out the comments. I always do. I don't leave anyone out. So please do that for me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's get back.
Football is all about, and imagine we would have scored of all of them. That's ridiculous. Or will never happen. So you will have these moments where you create a chance and you miss it. And in our very best times, and I understand, but I'm pretty sure not everybody's now thinking, oh my God, Klopp is right. And it's not about that. It's my feeling directly after a game. It was exactly like that. And when I turned around, because people were talking about that, when I turned around, we missed the chance. And I turned around and people were sitting like flat. And I thought, what actually do we want? Creating a chance is the closest you can get to score a goal. And now the difference is in the very good times, when we are when we're all in our middle and we all enjoy the situation, what we should do, because we are in a pretty good position in the league. So, and maybe a bit quicker than people expect. That's possible. I don't know. And then the difference for me is if you have a chance and you miss it, it's, oh. But after that, the stadium goes bonkers because immediately we go for the next chance. And that was different. It was. So, and it's no criticism. I enjoyed 99.7% of each second in that stadium. I love it to bits. The atmosphere, these people, and not
Nothing
different
like it,
people, not other people. I know sometimes them are in and sometimes them are in, and we have some other issues. And I said, give the ticket to somebody. Now people explained to me, it's not possible, only if it's a family member. But, so I didn't take it that. I didn't know that it's everybody takes me word for word. But maybe after all the years, I should get used to that. I am overly happy with everything, but it's like, if he can do better, people show us. Yeah, fine. And I said something, and that's all. And if people wanted to understand me right, I think it was possible, and if not, then not. I cannot change that now, and it's not. I have nothing to say about the atmosphere. What I said is we need Anfield tomorrow. That's 100% true, and I can't wait for the
Sorry, people. Sorry.
first whistle of us.
I was going to come on to that then. How much do you love this situation when the top two are going head-to-head at Anfield and the chance to take top spot?
I love it the
at
most
Christmas?
when you are first and now 55 points ahead. So because it's a pure joy, but it's all fine. I love it. It's how I said, we are in the position we are. It's not that bad, and we play a super strong team. We play a team. We played an exception last season, and coming back, and it's even better than last season. Bringing in top players, had already a top team. Bringing in really good players to improve the team. Did that. Went through the Champions League pretty easily, and play a really good Premier League campaign. So massive game. It's great to have them. Great to meet them. We met obviously quite frequently, and yeah, it's good. But we have to make sure we make it a proper home game, a proper Anfield experience. That's all I want.
Jürgen,
But he's right in that, people. Like Anfield, it can be the most, distracting for opponents in the history of football. Jose Mourinho is not wrong. Arsene Wenger is not wrong. Alex Ferguson is not wrong. Gary Neville is not wrong. These are the greatest people in the Premier League. Even Thierry Henry, he said, if it wasn't for Arsenal, I'll probably be a Liverpool person. So it shows the support at Anfield is the best in the world, in my opinion. A lot of people are questioning it on Twitter, saying, we've been hearing, Anfield is the best fan. They got the best fans in the world, but I don't see it. I've been to Anfield once. Yeah, you probably went on the off day. You probably went to Anfield on an off day. That's why probably the atmosphere wasn't as good as that you expected it was. Life, every day is not the same, is it? Every day is different, isn't it? So you got to look at it that way. And hopefully tomorrow the fans will turn up. It's a 5:30 kickoff. It's not 12:30 kickoff, so that's good. And we show Arsenal, who are the best team, because like with Arsenal, they took an opportunity, didn't they? They took the opportunity. Liverpool, have to get new players in and and integrate them to the team. It's going to take a while and all that stuff. So they took that opportunity while we, sat back and tried to get our team going again. They came in and took that position of Liverpool Football Club, and they have done well, but they haven't won anything, people. So that's the difference between us and them. They've got a good team, they've got a young team, they've got an exciting team, but Liverpool still have that spine of the team. So if the season goes to February, March, Liverpool have that experience to win the league at the end, in the final, in the final stretch of the season. So that's the difference between us and Arsenal. They don't have that. Outside their first 11, what have they got? Have they got as the same type of players as Liverpool does? Like we could take off Jota and we could bring on Gakpo. We could take off Nunes and we could bring on Gakpo. You could do things like that. Diaz comes in for Jota, and we could do things like that on a continuous basis. They haven't got that. We've got the strength and depth. We just have to get the fit, the players fit that's injured. That's the only issue we have at the moment. There's too many injury players. As soon as they get fit and get up to power, I think we could elevate to that next level. Thiago's still here. He can elevate us on the pitch. McAllister, we've been missing since he's been gone away. The team hasn't been the same. Let's be honest here. It shows a big gap has left that pitch, if you think about it. And players like that. And you got Robertson, an influential player on the left side, another player that can influence the team, and not only that, create goals. I think he's got the most created chances from a defender in the history of the Premier League. So see what we're missing there. We're missing a lot. And Jones and Gravenberch are doing their bits, but they're not consistent so far. So we need these players back. When these players come come back from injury, we're going to have more consistency in that pitch, in my opinion, anyway, if you think about it that way, people. So, you know, you got to look at it. You got to look at it from a point of view. Arsenal are already, you know, at their best. They've got the best players on the pitch right now. Liverpool haven't, but we're still only 1 point behind them. Can you imagine when we get our best players, how powerful we can be? Think about it that way, people. Like, I mean, it's a long way to go, man. It's a long way to go. They're only about 1 or 2 injuries away, Arsenal, you know, from slipping down the league in a way. Because once those injuries happen to them, are they going to be as good? In my opinion, no, because the quality that's coming from the bench is not as same as the quality on the pitch. And you could see when Saliba left last season, what happened when he got injured. They wasn't the same team. You could see when Jesus is not up front, they're not the same team. So you got to think about it that way, man. You got to think about it that way. Let's get back.
Arsenal seem to have found an extra gear this season almost. Do they look like a real title contender this time? Do they look like they found that new level to you?
I thought they looked like that last year, to be honest, and then some results kicked in or whatever. I don't know even exactly the reasons, to be honest. I remember our game here. They were outstanding until we found a way into the game, and then maybe in the end we should have won it. Maybe they had other chances as well. I can't remember them, to be honest, but I can remember Ibu Konate 2-2 with the chest half a yard in front of the goal. So I'm still wondering how we couldn't score there. That was the team we faced, super strong team, and that's all they are. And now you bring in Rice and Havertz, that doesn't make you worse. Ryan goal, it doesn't make you worse. So it's just that they built, Mikkel built exactly the team he wanted, and they are difficult to play. They are good. They are a good mix between physicality, like big, strong players, fast, good technique, very good organization. They are really well coached, well drilled. You can see every year they make another step. They have really my respect, but we won the points anyway.
Curtis Jones was sensational in midweek. I mean, you had a number of sensational performances. Does he come into the thinking to potentially get a start at the weekend?
They all are. You know, they all are. And yes, he was exceptional. He played a super game. I said, I think it was maybe it was the best game we played this season so far, and that's and with a really changed lineup, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. Yeah, because scored 2 goals. Was defensively there. Was really active, aggressive in the right manner. No, but Harvey Elliott played a really good game as well. So, and some others as well. So people start with.
Let me talk about Curtis Jones, people. Like the issue people have with Curtis Jones, they think like everybody hates him. Nobody hates Curtis Jones. Let me just put it that way. The issue with this kid is, it would have been good if he went down the lower leagues in the beginning of his career. Now he can't do it. He's hitting 23. In the beginning of his career, when he was about 19 and 18, when he first came on the scene, he could have went to that division and build up his body. You know what I mean? Like, strength wise, when tackles come in hard, he knows how to avoid it and things like that. That's what could have been good for this kid if he went down the divisions. Unfortunately, what happened to him is he's playing in the first team too regularly. So now he's part of that first team. Everybody's asking, why isn't he taking the next step? If you know what I mean? So this is the issues he's having at the moment. He hasn't got the consistency. That's the problem with Curtis Jones. If he had the consistency, then we could discuss him as a first team player. And there's too many years now, since 2018 till now, we're still hoping. When you hope for players to do well and the years go by, you're wasting a position and you're wasting that guy's time because he could play for another team that suits his ability, if you know what I mean. We had players like this in the past. I could say David Thompson, that came through the youth system. We thought like he's going to be that player that's going to be different in the midfield. Never was. He ended up in Blackburn. He became a hero over there. That's what I'm trying to say, people. You can't hope, because if you hope, you're going to waste a lot of time, as we did with the likes of Sturridge. We kept on hoping he'll get fit season in, season out, season in, season out. Didn't work out. Fowler, same thing. Ever since that injury, he wasn't the same player anymore. Jamie Redknapp, we waited for him, 6 years or something like that after his injury? Never worked out. That's what I'm trying to say, people. When you hope, that's when the issue arises, and not only that, you wait for 30 years again. You know what I mean? So it wastes a position. You don't rebuild because you're still waiting for that player. And then, like years and years go by, you not winning anything, waiting for that player. And we don't want to go through that. We don't want to go through things like that. So he, as a man, as a Scouser, as a Liverpool fan, he needs to do something like special for him to stay in this team right now, like he did against West Ham. It's a League Cup, isn't it? It's a Carabao Cup, but he needs to do it in the Premier League and the bigger competitions in the future as well. He needs that consistency. If he hasn't got that consistency, he's gonna be a bit by bit player. You know what I mean? That's what he's gonna be. Unfortunately, nobody hates Curtis Jones, but for a Scouser, he needs to get stuck in people. You know what I mean? Steven Gerrard, what did we love about Steven Gerrard? He gets stuck in. He shoots from outside the box. He gets angry on the pitch when things don't go his way. Curtis Jones, he could give you a 10 out of 10 performance. He could give you 7 out of 10 performance. He will give you 0 after that. That's how Curtis Jones is. So he needs to improve, at least have 7 out of 10 on a consistent basis. Maybe something like that. That's what I want to see. Nobody hates the kid. We can see he's a good player, but it's that consistency that we need from him, man. So, yeah. So that's what I say about Curtis Jones.
With 11, and pretty much, and 5 of the others will come on, I'm pretty sure.
Jürgen, how much of a good barometer can this battle be for what the season might hold when you consider you're on the back of maybe your best performance of the season? Arsenal, great last season, they appear to have improved, they look more efficient, but you've had a great start as well.
Apologies.
What do you mean exactly with?
Well, this game, what do you think it can tell us for what
Match days
the rest of the season might
18?
provide?
Match day 18? Yeah. Match day 18. That's a barometer. So that means after that we play 20 more games, right? So we win it. We are not through. They win it. They are not through. Even when probably that's then the headlines they have to deal with. It's just a super important football game, and we were result-wise pretty stable this season. That's the basis for everything. It's a basis for consistency. That you get results. We did that. So actually, you realize now why I'm a bit stuttering. I didn't really think about it. I couldn't care less. It's really I'm just interested in this game tomorrow and not what it means for the rest of the season or whatever. I spoke the other day about it, that I said the position we are in is okay. We don't feel now that it's like exceptional. Wow, how did we end up here? So I really think we deserve where we are.
100%.
But that's just the basis. It's before, but January, February, then it's really getting interesting. Where are you? Then you might see you play lesser games than you already played, and you see is there a distance or not. And there might be a moment, I don't know exactly when, March maybe, or April, when you think, okay, 6-pointer, you win today, and then you have them out of the way or whatever. But that's obviously far off, and nobody thinks about these kind of things. We have enough, believe me, to prepare a game like this. I enjoyed it a lot, but it's really, there's no space for left and right. There's enough to do to make sure that they cannot do what they want, and we can do what we want.
Another good performance in midweek from Wataru Endo. We've seen good performances from him before, but he appears to be bringing more consistent levels. But what
You see, people like with Endo, like we gave him a chance, a run of games, as I've been saying. Come on, like I've been saying it for a while with Wataru Endo. I've been saying like, give the guy a run of games, then he will improve. If we don't do that, then we won't know how good he's gonna be. And now you look at Wataru Endo, people, like he's fantastic. Like he might not be the one that catches your eye as the game goes along, but Wataru Endo does his bits on the pitch, and I think he's been phenomenal since he's been consistently in the team. Now, what he needs to do is look forward and be more assured with the ball. Like when he goes forward, he makes the right passes. That's the next step that he has to do. And then I think he'll be that complete midfielder in the midfield that can play in that position, if you know what I mean. So we could push the likes of McAllister and Szoboszlai into their proper roles, and we'll have more dominance in that midfield, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I think he's been phenomenal. Just a run of games, people. Let's see. Look at Simicaz. People were critical of him. Let's go and buy another left back. Now everybody's loving Simicaz again. About 2 games or 3 games now, he's been man of the match contender. There you go. It can happen, people. It can happen. You just have to believe, man.
what's enabled him to do that, do you think?
Getting used to it, just like that. We forgot, and we don't give people time anymore. We do. Internally we do, but because we talk every 3 days, or more often, about these kind of things. It feels like after 4 weeks, now we speak already that long about it, when it will finally click. that's how it is. We had some of the biggest players this club in my area ever saw needed time to adapt. Some others didn't, but
Fabinho,
some big
Robertson.
players did. We can so not just to mention Andy Robertson didn't play half a year. Pretty much was not in the squad.
Exactly.
Hopefully he forgot that as well. But it's anyway true. And Fabinho we had to change system for because he couldn't play a 6 alone. And later on he could play that easily, made it his position, so it's all fine. And you need a bit of time. That's all. But we see him every day in training, and he is one of the hardest work.
What the boss is trying to say to you guys is like it's time and patience pays off at the end, if you know what I mean. Like we our average age was under 24 now. So if we give these players time and patience and support and love, like we always do as Liverpool fans, we will win the league again. I mean, we want to celebrate with our players, don't we? We want to go to Anfield and Anfield Road and all around Liverpool to celebrate our title winning team. We haven't done that for years and years, since the 80s, I believe. So 1990, something like that. That's the last time we did it. So why don't we support the players instead of bringing them down on a regular basis? We didn't expect to be top of the league this time of the season, did we? We didn't expect City to drop off as much as they did. We didn't expect, Aston Villa to even challenge or, remotely be top of the league by tonight. You know what I mean? So you got to look at it that way, people. Like, we're ahead of schedule, but as fans, for some reason, we think we have the right to criticize our players on a continuous basis. I'll criticize them during the game and after the game the same day. I'll forget it the next day. I'll move on. That's what you're supposed to do, if you know what I mean, as a fan. But if you keep going on and on and on, where is that going to get you? We've moved on past that game. We don't want to go back. We want to go forward. So let's go forward together. Support the players, man.
People I ever met. It was always clear that it will be good, but I'm happy, obviously, for him that the public could see it now as well. So because that's pretty helpful in our job, and yeah, it was a really good game, and he gives something different to the team. We have to say that's clear. He gives it. He's the one for the tackles. We don't have now 20 players on the pitch who have tackling as a hobby, but he's doing it, and on top of that, his passing is really good, his awareness is really good, he finds his position better in possession, all these things. It's football, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but that's no problem for me.
Thank you. Carl?
Yeah, you just mentioned Andy Robertson there. Wondering, is there a return for him coming into view soon?
Andy has said yes, pretty long with him, and it's actually he's doing well. The problem is a little bit the shoulder is not exactly like the shoulder is not there. The rest of the body is fine, but we need to be patient a little bit. Need to be patient a little bit longer, but it's fine. So he can do all the physical work already, which annoys him quite a lot because it's not allowed for ball training, a little bit passing maybe and stuff like this, but not properly. But physically, when he's ready to go, allowed to go,
can't wait.
Otherwise, then I think it's a short.
With Robertson, people, we miss him, don't we? We miss him on that left side, running up and down and all that stuff. But the most important thing is when he comes back, at least he'll be fresh. You know what I mean? He's been playing too many years, too many games. It affected his game. But when he comes back, he's going to come back stronger than ever. He's going to be a force in that left-hand side. Trust me, people. That rest will do him good. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Time until he will be back. We all hope it will be in January, but I don't know.
Just obviously, when Joel got injured, you ended up answering a lot of questions about centre backs. But I'm just wondering how much of a bonus the form of Jarell Conte has been for you in terms of his development.
It didn't change since then. It was good before, so it's not that Jarell now played good since then. So we knew about him before that. So that's our situation we have, and long-term injuries are always a problem.
Yeah.
So of course, with Jarell's long-term injuries, it's a problem, but it's we have to sort it internally, and we can, thankfully, because of the way the boy shows up. It's just really good.
I really like Kwanzaa. I don't know about you guys here, but I really, really like Kwanzaa. What I like about him is his composure. You know what I mean? Obviously, West Ham scored a goal because of him, but don't forget he was on the left side and he had to move across to the right side to defend for Konate, who stepped away from that position. I believe. So was it Konate? I don't know. Someone, I think it's Konate anyway, stepped away from that position. So he took a risk. It didn't work out, but it's all about learning, and he's only a kid. He will get better. Kwanzaa will get better. What I like about him, he's comfortable with the ball. He doesn't make a lot of errors. He doesn't do stupid bozo decisions on the pitch either. That's what I like about Kwanzaa, if you ask me. But let me get to the comments, then I'll move on to the next one. Please get the comments through, man. I like it. Big up Fuzzy from Lewis Smith. Thank you very much, sir. Gigi says, big up Fuzzy, bro. I would like Gomez at right back with Trent in the 6th role with either Jones, Gravenberch, or the front three, Salah, Gakpo, and Nunes. No Soboslai after that goal? GG. Okay, everybody's entitled to their opinion. What do you think of the Super League? I already discussed it, mate, in the beginning of the show. It's just bullshit, isn't it, really? It's all to benefit Real Madrid and all that stuff. That's what it is. It's nothing to do with us. I mean, like, we're always going to be the bride, innit? We're not going to be the groom. So we're always going to be second fiddle to everybody. And it shouldn't be like that. Liverpool should be at top of everything. Hope all is well. Big up, Joe, man. As always, you've been here from the beginning. Big up, Rafi, bro. Big up, Rafi. Rafi supports everybody. One of the best, as Gigi is as well, as Joe is, as Lewis is as well. Gigi says, big up, Fuzzy, bro. He said it twice. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's written twice. Not bad. Yes, John Conway, big up, bro. Always and every day. You know how it is. You know how it is. Big up, brother. Abdul says, big up, Abdul as well. Good afternoon, Fuzzy. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? I'm good, bro. I'm good. Also, how is your family? They're all well, mate. All well. My mum was going to Makkah, by the way, so that's a good thing. Praying for all of us. Friends, love, ones. All good, brother. LFC fans, family, back home. Big up, big game, and Boxing Day tomorrow. Prediction 3-2 to Liverpool, and many thanks. I don't know we're going to concede that many goals, Abdul, but it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Life is tough and hard. We keep on going. I think that's what I meant to say. Allah is great, wonderful. I will keep an eye on Aston Villa, Sheffield United, Manchester City, Fluminense. Andre, today matches. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? With Man City, they could become world champions in their first stint. You know what I mean? The first ever attempt at the Club World Cup. Strange, very strange, very strange. But let's get back to the press conference. Then we continue with the comments.
Yeah, and obviously you've got a lot of games at this time of year. You've got Burnley on Boxing Day. I think at the Anfield Road event you sort of said we're not looking forward to that. Was that obviously a joke?
Burnley is tough, but not anymore.
No, it was 100% true. My God.
And the strong match.
The situation at night. I invite you now a little bit in my life. The situation at night. I come into our stadium. Kids are playing. Quarefield. They score a goal when I arrived. They score a goal and 7,000 people go bonkers. And I thought, oh my God, how nice is that? So that was the mood I arrived. Then Pete asked me questions, and a minute after we finished, I think maybe I said it in a mic tomorrow. There will be all headlines. But I didn't think for a second it was serious or whatever, stuff like this. I said a lot of stuff. I'm a real idiot and I help you a lot with all these things. But
emotions takes over.
So the question around that was, how will be your Christmas? Blah blah blah. And I said, who cares here about my Christmas? Nobody does, really. Yours as well, by the way. And in that moment, I didn't know. Obviously, I know when we play Burnley, but in that specific moment, I was not there and had to schedule. And I don't know, where do you play? I said Burnley. Oh, great place to be. So if he would have said London, I was a great place to be. If he would have said Fidji's, I was a great place to be because we played football there, and I wouldn't have been with my family. So the family of one of my best friends is from Burnley. Just to make sure I have no issue with that. If anybody thought I have, then he might have an issue with Burnley. I don't know, but I have nothing. I go there for playing football like I go in all other cities. I never saw a bit of Burnley besides the stadium. Did I always enjoy being in that stadium? No, because they gave us a hard fight, but that's it. again, welcome on my planet.
There's one thing like people need to understand with the press. If Klopp wasn't German, if he was like a British, English manager, they won't ask him those questions. But for some reason, whatever he says, they take it to the next level, which is a bad thing, and try to, ridicule him. That's what they try to do. They try to make him look bad on a continuous basis. Anyway, Liverpool's already hated as a football club. Let's just be honest here. We're not the most supported club outside Liverpool, are we? Everybody hates us. So if you got the manager on top of that as well, they're going to put extra sauce on that, which they always do when Jurgen Klopp speaks. This is why I say if we're successful, those things ain't going to come up. You know what I mean, people? But when we're like struggling, those things come up. Look at the difference between Klopp's press conferences now and press conferences Klopp was doing last season. It's night and day. It's completely night and day. So they're trying to catch him out on a regular basis just to put an extra sauce on, on his comments to make him look bad. And, get something out of it. That's what it is. Bad press sells, people. Whether you like it or not, it's the truth. You see, even the streamers, bad press sells. Even Liverpool fans who do their streams, you see them sometimes like they're always angry. They're always, critical of the team, and all that stuff. It sells. It really sells. And I'm not even lying about it. You could look at the YouTube channels. Who's doing well? The people that criticize our players, the people that's criticizing our manager, and etc. That's the difference. That is the difference. No, I'm not here to bash them, but I'm trying to give you an example. What's the selling thing in press and in media? Things like that. So there you go. There. Let's get back.
Check on Ryan as well. Ryan, good.
Just team news generally. Anybody back? Anybody? No?
Right. And no, Maka and Diogo getting closer and closer, but not ready for tomorrow. That's it. Good.
Thank you.
Oh, that was good. That was good, people. So, as you can see, obviously we've got some injuries. I could bring them up for you. Some of them will come back in January. Some of them might take time. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. We just have to cope with it somewhere, somehow, people. That's the life of football, if you know what I mean. So, but we're doing good. We're doing good without them. Let's just put it that way. We're doing good without them. And that's the most important thing in my opinion. I'm trying to put that thing for you so we could get ready for that. So yes, this is a preview obviously of the game. So in the game, don't expect Jota should be back very soon. He should be back in training very soon from what I've heard. Don't expect him in the game. Listen, it is what it is with Jota, innit? He's got this injury stuff. Do I believe he's injury prone? Yes, I do believe, because it keeps reoccurring itself on a regular basis. So don't expect him in this game. But a miracle can happen. Thiago is back on. It looks like he's back to training, but how long is he going to take? He could be the difference during the season as well, people. Don't forget that. He could be the difference maker on that pitch. He said he wants to leave Liverpool on a high. So let's see what he's going to do if he's still there during the season. McAllister's injury, we already spoke about it, is a bit complicated. It's something that's never happened before. When he got studded against Sheffield United, the guy basically went through the tissue all the way to the bone and they fractured the bone. That's why he hasn't been available. But he should be back, obviously, at the end of the year, going to the new year. So that's what I've got for you, the injuries. But I want to speak about this guy. We could talk about it obviously on here as well when we're doing our formations. As you can see, people, let me make it slightly bigger as well. I missed this. I haven't done this for a while, have I? As you can see, people, obviously I'm going to do the starting lineup that I want to see on the pitch. So obviously Alisson in goal, but I want to give you something that people don't talk about, and I want to talk about it, about Szoboszlai. Why is he not doing what you want him to do on the pitch? If you know what I mean. So I'll explain as we go along, because I know the issue. I really know the issue, and it's him playing in this position as well. So I think it's time to change that. This is my starting lineup, by the way. It's not Liverpool starting lineup, so don't think that. I'm just trying to give you what's going to happen in the game. After that performance, I think... listen, we bought an £80 million striker. Why would we want him to play left wing? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Diaz not playing, I think proves to me he's going to play. They're going to persist with him until he gets it right, from what I can see. And Endu's going to play in the middle over here. So what I want to talk about is Szoboszlai, people. Like we don't really bring it up much. We don't really talk about it much. But what's the issue with Szoboszlai? A lot of people were asking, why isn't he doing what we need him to do? And I put obviously a tweet out there and a stream out there about, is he the Henderson? I was a bit critical. Is he like, have we bought him to do that, running up and down like a donkey and putting balls in the far post? Have we bought him for that? Then I just took a walk yesterday and I was thinking to myself, why isn't Szoboszlai doing what he's supposed to do? Which is that taking shots, which is taking, creating chances, which is, supporting the team, giving that through ball for the striker to go through and score a goal. Why isn't he doing things like that? Then it just, a light hit my head. This is the problem. This is the actual problem with Szoboszlai. This is the problem. Let me see if I could get it up. Not like that way. Sorry about that. Yeah. So let me show you what I'm thinking. Yeah. This is the problem. This is the problem. I never thought that was a problem, but this is becoming a problem for especially Szoboszlai. I think he's having... I don't know what's going on there. Sorry about that. I think he's having issues with these two. Why do you ask? These two are the best in their position. Let's just be honest here. They've done a lot. They've won a lot. Like when Szoboszlai came to Liverpool, he says it's like playing FIFA when I'm playing alongside them. Can't believe I'm looking at my right side and I see Salah and Trent. It's like playing FIFA. That's what he said. So mate, that's what I was saying. Like whenever he gets the ball, who does he pass to? Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Who does he actually pass to whenever he gets the ball? Them two. He doesn't pass to the striker. He doesn't pass to anyone else. He just passes to them two. So how can we rectify that? So when he gets the ball here, he doesn't go there. He doesn't go there. He doesn't go there. He's always passing to these two. Them to do the playmaking in the team, not him. So I was thinking like, I was just walking around thinking yesterday, how can we get the best out of this guy in the future? How can Szoboszlai be Szoboszlai that we want him to be? Then it just a light hit my head. And I said, maybe if he moves to the left side like he's supposed to in the beginning, I'm just giving you like what could happen in the future. Maybe if he moves here and we get a calm, composed player, McAllister on the right side that can defend, that can support Trent, that can pass the ball to Salah when he's going forward, eye over needle kind of pass. Because if you look at these two, Szoboszlai has got more to his game than McAllister in regards to shooting, running with the ball, being the first line of defense and etc. So what I said was, this side has already got captains. One here and one here. This side hasn't got no captains. Obviously, Van Dijk's there, but I'm saying like on the left side. Since Robertson is not there. So why doesn't he move to the left side, become the leader over here? So he doesn't have to pass to these two anymore on a regular basis. So he could give the ball to Diaz when he's going through a ball. Maybe this is what Diaz is missing. Someone that's got that intelligence to give him the ball when he's going through on goal. Maybe that's what Diaz is missing. And this is what Szoboszlai can produce. You get what I'm saying, people? He could have that relationship with Diaz, which there's no relationship on that side because we haven't had a consistent player on that side since Wijnaldum. And how many years ago is Wijnaldum? Think about it that way. So now, that's what I was thinking. If Szoboszlai is on the left, he doesn't have to worry about passing to Salah or Trent. He could do his own thing. He doesn't have to be that donkey like like Henderson used to be. He doesn't have to do things like that. Now, he could do whatever we want him on that side. So both sides will be balanced. It'll be similar, with quality. Maybe this is what Diaz is missing. Maybe we're too critical of Diaz because he's not getting the passes that he deserves on that side. Did you guys ever think about that? I was just walking around thinking, how can we get the best out of Szoboszlai? Because he keeps passing to the same players all the time. And he's too shy to do his thing. But so when he's on this side, he could pass to Diaz. Sorry, I don't know, I can't remove them. He could pass to Diaz. He could pass to Nunes because he doesn't have to think about those two anymore. So he could come inside, take a shot on his right foot, top corners from there as well. Do you get what I'm saying, people? I was thinking about that, just walking, like thinking, how can we get the best out of this team to balance out the team? Then I realized, because we're playing the players in their wrong positions. They're not playing in the right positions. Szoboszlai should be on that left. McAllister should be on that right. Why is McAllister on the right? Because he's composed, he's calm on the ball, and he likes to pass the ball forward. And what does Salah like? Someone giving him that through ball. There you go. And he hasn't got that connection with these two either. So that's what I was thinking. He could be the leader on that left-hand side. And Diaz might play better. That's what I'm trying to say, people. This is what I'm trying to say. I think there's too many generals on this side. Too many. General here, general there. There's too many. We haven't got no general over there. We need a leader of that side. And Szoboszlai can be that player. That's what I'm trying to... I was just thinking about it. Like, this is why his game has reduced to what it was before. He needs to be his own boss, as he is for Hungary, as he was for Leipzig, as he was for Salzburg. He was the leader on that pitch. But now, like, if you look at him on the left side, he is the leader. He is the guy. So he doesn't have to worry about passing to Salah and Trent on a continuous basis now. Now he could get the best out of his game. He could get the best out of Diaz's game. He could get the best out of Nunes' game, playing on the left side. That's what I was thinking, man. I was just walking and thinking, like, our team doesn't look balanced. Something is not right here. And I looked at McAllister's ability. These two, that's what they need. They need a McAllister on this side. They don't need Szoboszlai on this side. They need a McAllister. A person who's good on the ball, passing short and long from this side. So now, McAllister can do that for them. Originally, that's where McAllister is supposed to play, on the right side. Now, he could play there. It's there, man. That's what I was thinking. But that's obviously, McAllister's not in the team. But in the future, that's what I'm trying to look at, man. We need to get the best out of Szoboszlai, people. And I think on the left side, that's where we need to put him. That's where we need to put him. And be a leader of the team, instead of like being a supporter. He's playing a supporting role at the moment. But if he's on the left, he'll be one of the leaders. If you get what I'm saying. So yeah, this is my starting lineup, people. I hope you like it. Obviously, like I said, we don't want an £80 million striker to be on the left, people. I'm sorry. He's 80 million. He has to play up front. He needs to score the goal somehow. If he doesn't do it this season, we'll have to look elsewhere eventually. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just put him back in his normal position and we'll take it from there. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about Szoboszlai, people. I hope it came across well, because the way I'm saying it, sometimes it's too fast. I hope you understand what I said. You know what I mean? We're taking a lot out of his game, man. We're playing the bride. It should be like part of the generals, man. He should be a leader on that pitch. And you saw him the other day. There was no Trent. There was no Salah. Szoboszlai stood out of everyone with Jones. There you go. Look at that goal, man. We will see more goals like that if he plays on the left. Trust me. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I sound like Sledgehammer. I don't know if you guys ever watched Sledgehammer. It's a classic TV program back in the day of a cop who's just dumb. Yeah. When TV was good, by the way. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking, people. Like, if you think about it that way, we could bring the best out of Szoboszlai. How can we beat Arsenal in this game? Listen, the difference between Man United and Arsenal is Arsenal play their own way. Man United have to play a different way to, get the best out of the terrible players they got, which is defensively and do that stuff. If we win that midfield battle against Arsenal, we will win the game. We will win the game. We have to win that game. We can't let them get through the gaps at the back. Endo has to defend for the team, being right in front of the defense and not moving from there. The one that angers me the most when I watch teams don't watch a lot is that number 8 guy. That number 8, El Capitan, Odegaard. He's always free. He goes here, he goes there, he goes there, he goes everywhere. It's like nobody can stop his free roll. Endo has to do something. He might have to do a crunching tackle on him just to show him, you ain't messing about with me today, son. You're going to get done. That's what I want to see. Because with them, he's their leader, he's their inspiration, he's the one who gets the ball and is always free and threads those balls towards towards our goal. So we need to stop that guy some way, somehow, because without him, they're not the same team. Trust me, they're not the same team. I think they've lost. I think they drew and lost when he wasn't playing. So he's got too much of a freedom, in my opinion, Odegaard. We need to stop that some way, somehow. Off the ball work counts. If we haven't got the ball, players have to step back. We can't be too far apart. We can't be up here and leaving the midfielder alone on here. We can't do that. Trent, stop that inverted role. Play here, go overlap, cross the ball in the box. Let players attack it, please, 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 please. Inverted. When was the last time you actually created anything from that inverted role? I can't remember. None of us can remember. Let's be honest here. So we've got to look at that. We've got to look at that as well. So that's what I'm trying to say, people. If we haven't got the ball, off the ball work counts. Salah even has to come back a bit. Diaz has to come back. Diaz is going to play. That's how it is. Klopp says you have to correct yourself on the pitch, and that's what's going to happen. And this guy can't have this role. He can't be going around the pitch free. He can't, because he's the one who gets the ball. He's got intelligence in abundance with the ball as well. So we need to stop him somehow. If he doesn't pass the ball, he'll make a shot from outside the box, which will go in the goal. So we need to stop him some way, somehow. Like I said, maybe a crunching tackle in the first phase of the game. Maybe that will stop him doing what he's doing. Maybe so. So yeah, people, that's all I got for you in regards to the team. I did talk about what I said I was going to talk about, which is Jones, Szoboszlai, Klopp, and the fans and all that stuff. So you see my starting lineup. That is it. I'm not going to go further than what I showed you there. But in the future, I think Szoboszlai should be on the left. I already gave my case. Please let me know if you as well, man. But let me read the comments before I go. And thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you very much, everyone. So let me get to the comments. Then I'm going to be out going home okay, let me see where I am. Hang on, here we was. It says lineup for obviously the Arsenal game. Alisson in goal, Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, Konate, Tsimikas, Trent, Jones, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Nunes, and Salah. I know you want Nunes in the left, but that's not what we bought him for, people. I don't want to see that anymore, man. We need to move away from that. We need to move. £80 million striker, just stick him on the left. Nah, man. Richard says Klopp need to focus on the pitch by winning game, like Man United, Man City, Brighton, Luton, Chelsea, and Toulouse and ISG. Well, listen, you can't win them all. You can't win them all, bro. You can't win them all. What is going on with Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez? I've been talking about it for a while, Richard. I'm sure you was here when I was talking about them. Diaz is more personal issues, in my opinion. I think they need to sit down with him. Psychologically, something's not right with him. With Núñez, he's just confused. What type of number 9 Liverpool want? Do they want a withdrawn number 9 who's going to create chances? Or do you want a number 9 that's going to score goals? So the manager and the coaching staff have to get into these two players, in my opinion, brother. So let me get to Uncle Rods. Uncle Rods, the big up Fozzy. I am in the building. Big up Uncle Rods as always. Big up Rods, big up Rods. Please go subscribe to Uncle Rods. He's on the way to 3,000. He's gonna get there very, very soon with your help, man. Let's just be honest there. Yeah. So let me see other comments. Press Salah says Liverpool 2-1 against Arsenal. My 11: Alisson, Tsimikas, Van Dijk, Konate, Gomez, Trent, Jones, Szoboszlai, Nunes, Gakpo, Salah. Wow, that's a powerful team. Powerful team. Salah has to step up though. Salah has to step up. Big up as always, brother. GG said Arsenal midfielders move too much forward, which will leave the whole midfield vulnerable for Liverpool to launch a devastated counter-attack. We're going to launch obviously a devastating counter-attack because that's the type of team we are. But we have to do it in a smart way that doesn't leave us open at the back, if you know what I mean, GG. We can't be open at the back, brother. We could do a devastating counter-attack. Don't leave ourselves open, if you know what I mean. Ravi says, big up, Ravi. Fozzy Arsenal fans will never understand what it's like to go toe-to-toe with City. Trying to win the league, trying to win the Premier League and the Champions League over a number of seasons in one season. Listen, they could never do that, mate. They've never done it. Listen, Chelsea have won 2 Champions already, and they are a London club. They're rivals. There you go. Alexandra, welcome back, bro. welcome back. Yeah, we need another right back, 100%, bro. We need another right back. We need whatever we can, innit? We need to strengthen that team even further. You know what I mean? We need obviously Bradley, Doak, Scalone, McDonald. Listen, we do need these players. Need to go. Hang on. What do you say? McDonald, Clark, Gordon need to go alone next season to get more game time and learn from mistakes that we didn't put Curtis Jones on loan. I've said that, bro. That's the problem. Like with these youngsters, if they don't go alone, they won't know the physical side of the Premier League. And you know, there's no better place to learn about the physical side of the football than the Championship and all that stuff and the lower divisions. No. 100% Trent, number 6. I don't know about that. You know, in number 6, Alexandra, you got to be brave. And Trent is not a very brave person. When was the last time you actually see Trent do a slide tackle? You know what I mean? Or do 50-50 or something. He's not that type of player. So the number 6 ain't for him. We don't want to put him in an uncomfortable position where he could get injured and it's going to be a consistent injury that's going to reoccur itself. If you know what I mean? If you put players out of position that they're not used to, it will, hamper their performance on a regular basis. You know what I mean? And injuries will occur on a regular basis on him. He's not a tough man, bro. Like I've said that in the past. Trent is not the number 6 because he's not a guy who will get into 50-50 like Endo does. He won't do that. Hell no. No. Alexander says at least the players will all be fit at the end of January. Yes, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. Ravi says, Fozzie, do you agree with my comment? 100%, bro. Ravi, you make great points. I can't disagree with your points. You're always on point with what you say, and all of us content creators support what you say because you come from like what we say majority of the time. What we say, so yeah, 100%, bro. He's always playing with his back towards goal, with Trent moving forward and Salah dropping wide. Yeah. That's the problem with Soboslai, bro. I agree with that team, Fozzie. Thank you, John. 3-1. Yeah. Come on, let's get the wins going in it, man. We have to we have to direct pressure their defense. They have mistakes. I haven't seen that many teams actually put pressure on their defense, but they do make mistakes. You're 100% right, Alexander. Don't lose the ball in silly positions. That's the problem we have. Great stream, Fozzie. Never walk alone. Big up, Alexandra. Big up, everyone that's come on. Thank you for the comments. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it clarified the Soboslai thing I was talking about. There's too many leaders on the right-hand side, hence why his game ain't come up to scratch. But if we move him to the left, give him that leadership on the left, maybe it will bring out his game that much more. That's what I'm saying about Soboslai, people. Big up! I'll see you soon! Take care, everybody. I need water, man. My mouth is very, very dry. Take care, everybody. Thank you again. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.